Hi everybody. This is a video I'm going to do for a friend of mine, Mike Smith. Mike Smith, is that what you want me to call you? Okay, well you know who you are. On memories. I wouldn't have thought to do this myself, but I think it was a really good idea. My daughter says, don't live in the past, it's over with. Don't live in the future, you don't know what's going to happen. Live in the now, it's a gift, that's why they call it the present. I think that's a saying from somewhere, but hey, I really like it. So, you really should go with that. And it's very important in this video, because if you think like that, if you know that fact, and if you've listened to my previous videos about the Mandela effect, then you'll understand that your memories are false. It's not like they didn't happen, but they're just a conglomerate of the all that is possible, and you just remember a very small part of it, and you probably don't remember it like anyone else around you because you have infinite possibilities, and you did in the past, and they had infinite possibilities. So the people that you are remembering right now are not the people that you're hanging out with right now. So it makes it so that you really, the best thing to do is just to forget the whole memory thing. Now, that's easy to say, hard to do, but when you, because the ego brings up your memories as a way to protect yourself from possible pain and anguish and hurt today or in the future. So your ego runs those memories through your head over and over, collecting data on how to protect the human body now and in the future. Now, that worked really well in 3D. When there was a big lag time in changing of timelines, or getting out of a few of them, a handful of them. So the ego worked pretty well there. So you need to thank ego and say thanks for doing a good job in 3D, but we're moving into 4 and 5D, respectfully, whichever one you are. So I need you to kind of pull back a little bit. You need to tell the ego thank you very much for your hard work. In my case, wow, my ego was in overtime. So, but that's what it's there for. It's kind of gotten a bad rap, really, because the ego is a wonderful thing, and it was very protective in a lot of ways. But it is very counterproductive in creating your own reality when really time and space is collapsing, or not really collapsing, but becoming more understood that it's illusion, and it's an illusion. So you probably feel that time is getting shorter, or at least spazzing out, shorter, longer. Weird things with time and space right now. So because 4D is about understanding, from 3D you would say controlling time and space, then ego needs to pull back, and those memories you need to understand are not something to base your now on. When you see that there are infinite possibilities of that past, then that still bring you to the now that you know, then you can drop it. And it is because of those memories in the ego that humans have kind of got themselves on this hamster wheel, because the ego says, well, what's the favorite thing? If you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it, which is absolutely false. Absolutely false. And I'm kind of confused as to why humans haven't figured this out yet. Because you war the same way you've done for thousands of years that you know of. You try to control children the same way that you have done forever. And you try to do all these things through control, and you're doing it over and over, and it never works. and you just keep doing it. Well, that's because trying to recreate the past will create the past, and that's not so great, because the past hasn't worked out for humans very well. So you need to get out of those memories that, number one, are not true for you specifically. And like I've said before, you probably, the person that you're talking to right now was not the person that was with you, or the society, or the anything that was there when you are remembering the event that makes you so mad. So once you understand that, you can let go of all those memories, number one, to stop recreating the past, because the past is not what you want, because the past was 3D. So memories do not serve you anymore unless you can use them as a happy moment. Like I've said before, whenever I'm in a funk and need to go up, I have a go-to moment that can snap me out of it in an instant. And my go-to moment is holding my first child for the first time in my arms. Second go-to moment, holding my second child in my arms for the first time. Those moments cannot be touched by anything else. They're so crisp, clean, and unique. That will pull me out of any lower vibration, at least for a few moments. It's the weight of the child, the smell of the child, the miraculous fact that I gave birth to the child. So usually that, especially for me, goes by very quickly. This will only buy me a few seconds, and I know that. And then my mind will start go down the memory lane of what happened with them, with their fathers, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into that. But, you know, negativity begins. So I've got to get it right at the beginning. Stay there for a moment. I know I've only got a few seconds. Then I will almost always, I've got a couple funny stories in my life that I can flash to that'll give me a few more seconds. In the meantime, I'm usually looking for a music that makes me laugh, or makes me happy, makes me dance, makes me bounce. And then I use the music, and that'll buy me 2-3 minutes. And then I will usually go to more music, or some kind of happy YouTube video, or that's funny and makes me laugh. So memories, unless they're really happy memories, and then you need to look at the happy memories like you do you're looking at photos. Oh, isn't that sweet? Oh, isn't that sweet? But if your memories start taking you down a angry road, depressed road, then you need to get away from them, and you need to get away from them fast. Because remember, the universe is on automatic pilot. This isn't a God out there doing this law of attraction. It's the way the whole thing was set up by the dude that came up with this whole thing at the very beginning. The being that I call the Creator. Now, I don't say the Creator is in big God, because we're all gods, but I do say the Creator because it was his original idea. So, anyway, that's a whole nother video that I will do for y'all. I want to do memories right now. So, because of the fact that you're moving timelines so fast, and you are going you did go out of 3 into 4D and moving into 5D if you want to, then those memories really are off now, guys. Okay? So, use the memories if it makes you smile. If the memories don't make you smile, they were just collected by ego to help you. No harm, no foul, but you can't focus on them. Because remember, what you focus on vibrationally, you will get back. So if you want to use your memories for yourself, not anybody else, nobody else was there but you. If you want to use them yourself to be in a happier, more pleasant mode, then do that. Because that will send out the vibrations to the higher, to the universe, that you want more happy memories. And more happy memories will be brought to you. If you focus on your memories and they're bad, depressing, whatever, then guess what? You send out the vibrations to the universe, and the universe will comply. It's on automatic pilot, and it will send back depressed, angry, sad moments for you to experience. From my perspective, talking to another friend of mine, from my perspective, I don't see good and bad. From a human standpoint, I definitely have felt good and bad, but I don't see good and bad like that from a bigger perspective, which I have most of the time. All I see is vibrations. I see experience as vibrations. And when you see that all of this is just vibrations, then there is no good or bad. There's just vibrations and waves, okay? Now, because I know this, and I know that I'm simply filtering it through this human body, and this human body feels good and feels bad, but that's just a filter that we put in place for this particular earth, right? So, like I was telling another friend of mine, that was put here on purpose, because we came here with amnesia, with all of these emotions that have never been on a planet before, with duality, with law of attraction, and to see what would happen. And feeling good and feeling bad, or not liking somebody or whatever, is a fail-safe, really. Because the concept was, okay, if we go down with amnesia, we want to have some fail-safe. And of course, most of the game is to go down in vibrations and then go back up towards what you would call source. That's the game. Big game. Huge game. And humans have been the wild, crazy entities that went to Earth and have stayed there and have really, really done a lot there in 3D. Massively done a lot in 3D. And now some of them are coming back up out of 3D. So the point was, well, we put humans down there, and then, well, as a fail-safe, we will make the body, the mind, feel bad when something lower vibration happens to them, right? And we will make them feel good if something good or higher vibration happens to them. So conceptually, the way it was supposed to work was, well, it'll be a fail-safe, because humans will feel the bad, not want to do it anymore, feel the good, want to do that more, and go feeling better and better and better, and that way they'll go back to source, or they'll go back up vibrations, right? Except that's not what happened. Because of the lag time and the amnesia, because this was an experiment, right? It's all an experiment. We're always creating stuff we don't know exactly how it's going to happen. Well, on the other side, everything's in the now. So, but from your perspective, things are created to come up with this cool new stuff that other people can come and try out. That's how it works. Create, experience, create, experience, create, experience. That's what we do. Okay? So, what happened is, because there was a lag time in the creation process and there was amnesia, people didn't understand that they were the ones that were creating what was happening to them. So they created these outside forces, gods and goddesses and whatever, that the gods and goddesses and spirits were doing it to them. Thus, humans began the concept of looking around with ego and going, oh my gosh, this is a terrible thing. I need to not get hit by this, or I must do something to avoid that. And they ascribed it to an outside force, so they quit understanding they were doing it, so they lost track with their feelings. And then that moved through to civilization, where feelings were bad, and you're not supposed to have them at all. And now, in supposedly civilized 3D, was the lowest form of 3D. It civilized mankind. And feelings were completely ignored, especially by men. Especially by men. So women were given the right to have women's intuition, so we got to hang on to a little bit of it. But men, it was just drilled out of them. It was said, no, feelings are bad, feelings are bad. Well, feelings are your only for sure way of knowing vibratorily if it's lower vibration or higher vibration. And it's simple. Feels bad, it's lower. Feels good, it's higher. Make it real simple for you. If remembering a memory rather, it makes you feel bad, you're going to call to the universe more bad. You're going to go down. This does not get you in 5D. Does not get you in the higher vibes of 4D. So if a memory makes you feel good, then remember it. Enjoy it. Because it will help raise your vibration. Okay? Does that make sense? So now we're very clear on what memories are and what they aren't and all that. Did that help, Mike Smith? Okay, if it didn't, let me know and I'll redo it. All right? Love y'all. Bye.